everybody. Welcome back to Tackling IT. This is episode 2. This is Ethan again, and I have Thomas over there.
I'm here.
But yeah, today we're going to start off. We're going to review what we did last week with our week 2 preseason results with our battle versus the AI. So we went through every game in the slate minus the Thursday night games last week. So our records Thomas and I both went 8-6, so just over that 500 mark.
And I'd just like to say we're still better than the machine because the AI went 4-10. Just would like to say that.
A little bit.
We took the AI on in 4 games that were opposites, and we won those 4. We took them on those.
The four that me and Thomas and the AI disagreed on was the Chiefs over the Bucks, which we got right, the Pats over the Eagles, which we got right, Panthers over Jags, which we got right, and Seahawks over Titans.
No, you actually got that wrong. Bucks got over the Chiefs. Bucks did win late over the Chiefs, so we were actually down.
But we have points.
Oh, we did get the points. We did take the points. That is true. We took the points, so that is true. We did not get the win, but we did get the points. That's why you take the points out there for all those youngins.
And then there was 2 games that the AI and ourselves all agreed on that we got right, which were the Lions and the Ravens. But I think the more important note is there was 4 that we all agreed on that we all got wrong. So if we look at out of the 6 that we got wrong, 4 of them being the Cardinals pick, the Dolphins pick, the Steelers pick, which was against the Jets, and they scored 0 points. And we all were very confident in the Steelers.
I didn't expect all of their quarterbacks to play bad.
Yeah.
And then the Colts. Did the Falcons find themselves a gem?
With who?
With their random quarterback that they threw on the field, whoever that was, that had one hell of a game. I think he was a North Dakota State prospect, maybe.
Okay.
I think. I don't want to say that wrong.
Jack Strand. Oh yeah,
Jack
he did
Strand.
Go off.
Yeah, he kicked he pretty much put the he put the Colts. He took them out. I'll put it that way.
Minnesota State Moorhead Dragons.
Oh, that's right. He was a random. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
When I look him up, his education says his high school. That's not the first place it says.
Oh no. Yeah, that does not look good on the Colts this year. The Colts, who also went all out in free agency and was spending money, they do not look like they're going to win a Super Bowl, based off of the fact that they had half of their starters in for most of that game, and that still went poorly. But that's our picks from last week. Yes, I did.
Highlighted was your best pick. Yeah.
Yeah, the Packers money line was a huge one. I kind of I had to take it. It's the Packers. Come on now. Yeah. But let's get into the game of the weekend that we all care about. That was also the only game of the weekend that actively made me fall asleep, which was the Ravens game.
You didn't like seeing us punt 6 times and then punt 5 times?
It reminded me of an old-fashioned Ravens win where the offense went out there and did less than nothing, and the defense went out there and nothing else could be done. We had a lot of bend, don't break. There's a couple times where we were caught down in our own red zone, being caught because the Vikings were able to move the ball, all their credit. But we need to do a little better. The young guys getting out there was nice. We got a great young core, but I'm hoping the offense, we can't have an offense that just revolves around Lamar again this year where it's just all Lamar doing everything. Because right now, it does not look like we have any sort of dynamics to our offense right now.
Yeah,
if you stop the run, the pass did not look good.
I'm hoping it's really hard to see, like, especially with the way that I feel like the TV setup is, like, when you're viewing an NFL game, like when Tyler Huntley was in there and he couldn't complete a pass for like his first 3 drives, it's like, is no one open downfield? Or is he like attempts? Yeah, is no one open downfield, or is he just not seeing stuff? Like it was hard to watch.
He wasn't throwing good passes. Let's be honest with you.
No, the one that Joe Gubby laying on the sideline was 4 yards behind him.
Yeah, he missed a screen throw that was really ill-advised. Tyler Huntley did not have a great game. He only missed 3 passes, so let's clarify that. And he went 5 for 8. And then again, he was only in for, I guess he's in most of the first half. except for that last 2-minute drive with Joe Fagano,
Yeah.
who, by the way, continues to impress me.
Yeah.
As a pocket passer. He's pretty mobile. I do like that he's taking care of himself. Didn't do a headfirst dive on that late third down play at the 2-minute drive because he could have and probably gotten it, but we need him to be healthy. I am not going to lie. Tyler Huntley's not impressing, and Fagano is in all of his preseason performances. He's pretty mobile. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler doesn't pick it up, that he doesn't get traded to one of the teams that desperately need a quarterback right now.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I would imagine the Ravens just keep him, hold on to him, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. We highlight Fagano here. He had a 15 for 20, 75% completion rate, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, took a sack, but 106.9 passer rating. I combined his 2 stats lines from the last game. He has a 77 completion percentage, 37 completions on 48 attempts for 347 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he does have the 1 interception, which is like one of the first drives of the Eagles game, which is just he tried to force a throw in the end zone. But I mean, other than that solo play in his first or second drive in an NFL uniform, he's been great. So no, I mean, he's been very impressive. He's been, and in a time where like our offense hasn't been moving the ball, and honestly, we didn't even move the ball that much this game or score that much. We got beaten total yards, passing yards, rushing yards. We got beaten all of it. But he still was impressive. His stat line was still impressive. And like you were saying, the eye test, he looks impressive. So he's making plays when Huntley was in there. I understand they're not playing against the same defense, but it's still Brian Flores run defense, just where ours is still Jesse Minter run defense. So you know that they're getting good looks and good development.
It's going to be a good look. So. Like I said, the Vikings looked decent on defense. So did the Ravens. I just don't like how. I'm glad we went vanilla, but it is not a good look for our young guys if they can't even move the ball. Because we did have, like, Jacoby Lane, not terribly helpful this game. I don't really know how else to put it other than 1 reception, 9 yards, 2 targets, and the 1 target was
4 yards behind him. So I don't know if that's like Jacoby Lane's not getting separation, or if that's just like the O-line is not there, or
I
he
will
didn't play the O-line.
Again, for the second week in a row, I do think Tez Walker should be one of our rotating in normal everyday wide receivers for us after this preseason. He's fast. He's always open, and he just knows what he's doing. And then one that really impressed me was LeJontay Wester.
Yeah.
Now, he was not on my radar as a good one.
He's a return guy.
He's really good at returning. He's going to be on the team. That's not the problem. But again, I think he could be a pretty good flex player for us. Use him. Again, he's another speed guy. We've got Lamar, who's got an arm like a cannon. Get some people behind him. You know.
Yeah. He had a drop, but he had his 5 catches for 7 attempts. So at least 6 of them were on target. He caught 1, dropped 1. I don't know. I don't know about the other one that was targeted and he missed, but no, definitely a good showing from him. It's interesting. Sometimes these returner guys don't have hands in the passing game, but they have hands on the return game, which is interesting. Now, I'm not going to say
LeJontay Wester made some catches.
Yeah.
Some great catches. I mean, yeah, one of the all-time great returners was a horrible wide receiver. So let's be completely honest here. So,
yeah, but before we move on to the defensive side of the ball completely, I want to talk about a little bit of the Vikings. So on that opening drive, we're coming off the Eagles game, didn't let up a 3rd down. We let up 2 third downs on our opening drive of this game, so it just tells you how impressive the first game was and how things can change so fast. But we gave up a 50-yard pass in the opening drive, and they're down at the 1st and goal. We hold them to 4th and goal. We end up stopping them, holding the line like this, like you said, that the bend don't break, which has always been part of the Ravens. The good Ravens teams have that mindset and have that ability. But I kind of want to flip on the Vikings side. They go for that 4th and goal, and they actually scheme up a great play. It's like an out route. Receiver, whoever's in coverage, blows the coverage. Receiver's wide open. There's a little bit of pressure on him coming on off the right side, and McCarthy just airmails it, just sails it. Doesn't give his receiver a single chance, like any chance to make a play on the ball.
He was scared he was going to get hit. I'm telling you, it was.
And that's just such a rough look for him. Such a rough look for him. You're playing in the preseason game. You just lost your starting job, and your Air Maryland passes on 4th and goal, which is like you just can't. You have to give your receiver a chance to make the play. It's not where you want to be. It's not where he wants to be.
Absolutely not. Like that is the opposite of something you want to happen. But they did out-yard us. They, for all intents and purposes, offense-wise, kind of kicked our butts a bit on the offensive side. They said, when I'm telling you our offense was pretty lackluster, it's pretty lackluster. I'm surprised we scored a touchdown. Again, this is the first game I've watched the Ravens in a while where I actively fell asleep. Not in a bad way, but I mean, there was nothing to watch. It was just watching our defense absolutely bend, don't break. So it wasn't like it was very nerve-wracking defense at sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's hard to watch.
I mean, the only points they gave up was a 52-yard field goal on like a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only points they got.
And you talked about 3 third downs on that first drive that went really, really far, and it was bend, don't break. They had 2 more the rest of the game.
Yeah.
From the Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we did a good job. We had 5 sacks. Mike Green got a sack, which needed him to get going. Good for him to get going in the preseason. Ravens are having a better preseason than some of the other AFC North teams. I mean, heck, you look at what happened with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Mike
Green, that's a great game for Mike Green. He had a sack on 2nd down, followed it up with 3rd down with a holding call. So in back-to-back plays, he cost him about 25 yards, completely just blew up that drive. So, that's good to see. He had pressure all day long. My standout that I, to be honest, didn't even know who he was before the game was Ethan Burke. Forced a fumble, had a sack, had 3 solo tackles, and one of my favorite plays out of all of them was the batted ball at the line of scrimmage, which he got his actual inside hand on it, but if he would have gotten both hands on it, it would have been a walking pick 6 because it was on like the 5-yard line. But for the ability to come off the edge, see that's a screen, get into position, and then get so in position that it's your inside arm that's batting the ball down. He might have, in my opinion, he probably just played his way onto the team. So
just so you know about Ethan Burke, he actually was a lacrosse player and was committed, I believe, to play at Maryland. So he's a hell of an athlete. He was a hell of an athlete. And those of you who know me, I'm a big lacrosse fan. Ethan Burke, again, I'm loving it, but it's going to be good to see. Again, he's a big dude. He was a big standout was Texas is where he went. I think he's a Texas boy. He's pretty damn good there. So I would say we're in a good spot. I think he's going to probably be I could see him being a 3rd down threat to an extent, maybe. Not in a lot. Again, we have a pretty stacked D-line, pretty stacked linebacker core.
Yeah, depth is always good to have. So
I'm just happy we have some depth because I don't want to have the same conversation me and you were having last year where we're like, where are we going to find a corner? Where are we going to find this D lineman? Where are we going to find a linebacker? Like we were really scraping the bottom of the barrel, and you start seeing names out there that you're like, where did we find that guy?
Yeah.
And we don't really want another defense like it was at the end of the year last year, where it feels like we just pulled guys out of the parking lot from the tailgates and said, "Hey, strap on a Ravens uniform. Let's see what happens."
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what it felt like at times. But I said it was pretty good. It was a good game. Not a lot to talk about in the game, not gonna lie, because it was pretty bad. I still think Tyler Loop should be cut, run out of town on anything at all, because until he makes a big game field goal, I refuse to support him. And that will be my stance the entire year.
We'll just have to wait and see if he gets the opportunity.
He's almost in the same sentence as Billy Cundiff with me right now. So that's where he's at. Now, the punter, Eccles, great punter. Reminds me a lot of Sam Cook. He can kind of put the ball. He can put the ball wherever he wants, and you can tell. He is limiting returns really well. I think he averaged 55, 57 yards a punt.
Yeah, he had 6 punts. Yeah, he had 6 punts. Average was 55.3 yards per punt. His long was 60, and he had 2 inside of 20. But I'll say one thing I noticed was that a few of his punts, it must have been, averaging 55 and his long is 60. So they all are pretty much within that high 50 range, maybe low 50 on one of them. But the return man is backpedaling for like 5 to 7 yards to catch the ball. So it's going further than expected. But then B, our coverage wasn't that great because I feel like we were getting good production from the punt, and then you watch him backpedal 7 yards, make a catch, and then he runs it for 20. So I feel like we weren't doing the best on our punt
He
coverage to
was
really
out
take
kicking
advantage
his
of it.
coverage. He was out kicking his coverage a bit. Sometimes punters will kick it a little lower and a little further, which again, less airtime. It's harder to get to it, but yeah, it makes the returner a little more uncomfortable. They're more likely to fair catch it or try to do something else.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. And our coverage just wasn't good. So we do need to understand with him, there's a time and place to those long punts, and sometimes just to kick straight up in the air, get some airtime under it, limit it to get the defense on the field because we don't want to return. Because we have had some pretty poor coverage over the years.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I'm sure people are trying to make the team playing special teams, so I don't know exactly who was on the field for those punts, but that's just something I did notice. But
special teams will be one of the ones where you'll almost see everyone that you normally would see in a regular season game, the type of level on there, because gone are the days where you're going to see Roquan Smith going down the field on kickoff.
Yeah,
you're not going to see things like that. You're not going to see that again, with the exception of last year when Odell Beckham decided he wanted to be on the kickoff team for one play because he thought it was funny. You're not going to see that very often. But other than that, like I said, the game, there wasn't much to it. Now, there is one thing, a topical conversation I want to have the talk about. This is not Ravens related, but it is AFC North related. And I think it fits right into it. What are your thoughts coming out of, I have a theory, and I'd like the theory to be known because I want it to come back if I'm right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Cleveland deciding to start Deshaun Watson, their first game of the season against the Jacksonville Jaguars, away, where he said he plays better away, but he's also 9-10 as a starting quarterback of the Browns in away games. I believe he's 9-10 in away games.
Yeah, I mean he was good before he was a Brown. But no, that the press conference with him is pretty hard to watch.
It's rough to watch. If you haven't watched it, I would suggest going out and watching it. It's a little distracting because he does play with like his jewelry that is all like probably more expensive than my car. But yeah, it's kind of hard. The Browns, I don't think this was the decision made upon who's better. This was a $230 million decision.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we talked about this a little bit before. Like, if you pay someone that much money, like, they almost have to play him until they can't, like, via injury or just, like, so bad play that you have to bench him. But, I mean, when he goes up there, he goes into that press conference, he just calls out the fan base. I mean, he just calls out the fan base, says that it's personal, which obviously
it's not performance-based. He's played 19 total games as a Browns quarterback. He's a $260 million quarterback. 19 total games. Yes, I get it. He's gotten hurt and gotten injured, but he also had some other things going on off the field, some problems here and there, and he also wasn't great. And remember, he went 9-10 in the games he did play.
Yeah, and then just to follow up with, he said it twice that he doesn't regret anything in his life.
From his past,
it's just like,
which is probably not a good move, but also
and it's a rough soundbite for him.
You can't say it's not performance-based when you have a 9-10 record as a starting quarterback and you've been there since 2022. And next year, if you get cut this year, it's $86 million in dead cap next year. You can't say that. You can't say it's not performance-based, or like there's a reason why people are booing. And yes, it may be off the field issues, but it's definitely
multiple reasons. There's multiple reasons.
I'll be the first one to say playing good on the field cures a lot of things. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But if he was playing amazing, these Browns fans wouldn't be booing him. The city would be behind him 100%.
Yeah.
So would a lot of other people.
There's a lot of people that have done some bad things that people have no shit problem getting behind.
I mean, hell, we're Baltimore Ravens fans. We've seen it. Yeah. We've experienced it. But again, that's where I'm at with it. But I do have a theory, and I do want to make it known, and then we're going to move off this topic. My theory is the Browns. Now, get this. I think the Browns are going to start Deshaun Watson the first 2 games of the season. They're both away games. Here, look at it the 2 ways you can look at it. He wins both games and plays amazing. Okay, great. Everyone's excited because Deshaun Watson's back. The Browns fans are going to come to the stadium. If he sucks both of those games, that's great. Bench him. The Browns fans are going to pack your stadium when you start Shedeur Sanders to start the first game of the season. Yeah, there we go. Get the wrist up. If you start Shedeur, because again, what's it going to hurt you? Shedeur is going to start this season. I am almost 95% positive he will start at some point this season because Deshaun Watson is not good. He looked horrible. If we even get a third of what he used to be would be better than what he's putting on the field right now.
Mm.
Because right now, he looks like he doesn't even want to play football. And he said
Yeah.
multiple times he's not in football shape. So I don't know why for a multi-billion-dollar franchise, you're going to put someone in charge of quarterbacking it that is not healthy. It's obvious. Doesn't want to be there. Also obvious. And the fans hate him. Are you just trying to alienate your fan base? Sometimes you start to wonder. Or is this a genius move by the front office of the Browns to get a sold-out first home game of the season this year and start a hype train because Shedeur Sanders comes in as a savior and they play the Carolina Panthers? I'm down in North Carolina country. I'll say this now. The Panthers are a little bit underwhelming away. So if they're going to come out there and play in a rough AFC North game against the Cleveland Browns at home, who knows what could happen? Shedeur could pull that game out, and that's realistically a thing. But again, that's a conspiracy theory. It's probably not but I do think it's a pretty good conspiracy theory.
No, I like that. I like that. I like that we have a platform now that you can put it out there because from what you're saying, it's really just catch-22. If he plays great, awesome. Well, we have a quarterback, and if he doesn't, people love Shedeur.
It's away. It's away. The games are away. Who cares? Like, it doesn't. Like, you're not going to alienate your fan base as bad. I mean, the hard
you
part
already have, but like no more. No, you're not going to do it
It's
anymore.
the Browns. Yeah. It's the Browns. Who cares? Yeah. Like I said, but that's my one AFC North topical comment of the week. Because that's something we had to talk about.
Yeah, maybe we should look for like a topic of the week. I'm sure they'll come naturally with the.
Oh, I'm gonna have so games. Many. I mean, we've got college football starting this weekend, so I might sneak some college football snippets in this podcast from here.
No, we should do that.
There's gonna be some cool things in there.
We can talk about next week. We'll do our predictions episode next week, and we'll tie in some like UNC and TCU.
Yeah, we can talk about all sorts of things. Like I said, this is gonna be a podcast just for the fun of it. But I think we've beat the Ravens and AFC North with a dead horse. Anything else going around the NFL that you think is kind of a topical thing? I believe isn't Aaron Donald trying to play again? Isn't he coming back? Is that done deal?
Back. He's 100% coming back. He just didn't want to do training camp and preseason games because he's a smart man. Oh my God,
the Rams might be the best football team ever put together this year.
Yeah,
it's close.
I'm gonna have to think about it when we do our predictions. You have Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. Like, imagine being.
There is no like that is just a quarterback.
Imagine being Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
like you gotta go against it twice. I can't run.
I mean, but it just reminds me of that stereotypical Ravens defenses you have where you walk out in the field and you've got Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Terrell Suggs and Haloti Ngata. And you sit there and go, well, where do we attack it? There's just nowhere to attack it. You can't throw the ball. Ed Reed's going to pick it off. You can't run up the middle because Ray Lewis might kill him. And if you sit in the pocket like Ben Roethlisberger used to do, Haloti Ngata is going to break your nose. So like that's kind of where the Rams defense is starting to head.
I mean, you have two first ballot Hall of Famers on the same D line.
Yeah,
one has had like 2 years off to just be in peak shape and physical.
Apparently, hasn't missed a beat at all.
No, I think this is probably good for him. Like he's had 2 years of recovery. He hasn't got beaten up at all. He's just been in peak shape, peak physical shape for 2 years and gotten to actually rest. These guys don't rest. Like,
agreed.
And it's not like, I mean, I know there's wear and tear on everybody, but he's not getting hit. He's just hitting people. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like, it's hard to hit Aaron Donald. Oh, gosh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, again, that.
Agreed.
The Rams got to be so happy.
But, again, that's with that. I don't think there's much else going on this week. Again, it's been a pretty quiet preseason week. Other than, another one. What do you think about NFL players that are being cut going back to college to play? The Big 10 and Big 12 already came out and said they're not going to let it happen. The SEC hasn't said anything because good old Lane Kiffin has already done it and signed a player or two. I think it's a bad idea, personally. I think if you've already been paid pro, I thought you weren't allowed to go play an amateur sport again after that.
I thought if you sign pro, if you sign the contract or you're resembled on a team, you probably should just be on the team or the practice squad. Like, you've made that decision. So I think that's where college sports is such a mess right now, and I really don't know enough about it just because it's pretty overwhelming, and I feel like there's going to be more changes to come because it's kind of a mess. So I haven't dove all fully in, but you're on a practice squad, you're running routes for the Browns, and then you're also in the transfer portal at the same time. It's like, what are we doing?
That's kind of what I want. That's something that's going to be close to keep an eye on. I think next week we're going to have all the major conferences saying, no, we're not going to let this happen. But again, all it takes is one judge to overturn the NCAA or these conferences because
just
they're not good
implement it for next year
themselves.
at this point. Like whatever happens this year, but like next year, maybe in the middle of the season, let's put out some policies and make it official. Like, hey, this is how we're going to operate. I don't know why that's so hard.
Someone needs to figure that out. That needs to be done. But anyways, off of that, let's move into the picks for the week.
Yep.
So you've got your top 5 picks. I've got my 5 picks. So I'm going to let you go first. And if it's a pick I also have, I'm going to chime in.
All right. I'm going to read the AI. I'm going to read AI's picks first.
We're going to do AI's top 5 picks. You go through it. Give it a little bit of rationale here. Because AI, I think, gave you something. Don't talk the points. I'll bring the points in here from it if needed.
All right. So AI and me actually, this is not a good sign for me. We actually agree on our first pick. It's the Dallas Cowboys versus New Orleans Saints. So Dallas is home. Dallas has been 2-0.
It's still the 1.5 line too. It's still 1.5.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So we are both taking Cowboys. Cowboys have looked great in the preseason. The Saints have been playing Zach Wilson and Spencer Rattler, and they both have equally struggled in both games.
I will tell you, Tyler Shuck is supposed to play in this game.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's going to play for a drive or two.
That's probably why the line is close, which makes sense because I couldn't figure out why they had the Saints away. That makes sense. He's probably going to play like the first half, maybe a drive or two. I'll still keep my Cowboys pick, but
Cowboys
that makes more sense.
They're still a buzzsaw.
They were playing really good football.
With their backups. They are a buzzsaw to deal with. Cowboys always are.
So was one of your picks in that game, or is that
no? I actually I'm in the next game. I actually have one in the next game.
Okay. All right. So then we have the next game for AI is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they are taking the Bucs.
See, I took Jags. So I took the Jags mainly because for some reason they've jumped down in points to become +3. So I'm taking the Jaguars +3, but also I just don't believe in the Buccaneers as an organization right now and as a team in total are all there. I think there's a lot of front office issues. The players are unhappy. I'm staying as far away from them. I will not pick for them for a bit, at least until the season starts, and even then, probably not for the first couple weeks. I'll probably go against that, so don't take that as gospel. But right now I'm taking the Jags. I'm taking the Jags to win that one, if not +3.
All right. Jags +3 at home. I like it. The next one is the Seattle Seahawks at the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, what's the line that you're seeing for this one?
So for this one currently, let's see where we're at.
Anyway, the Seahawks, why do you look for that? The
1.5. So it's still 1.5. Or it's +6 here. So it was +6, but the Seattle Seahawks had such a good week last week. I don't think they're going to play any of their players. And neither are the Chiefs. Mainly because Chiefs are a little banged up still. They're just trying to get to the first week of the season. And they cannot seem to keep a quarterback safe in the slightest. So I actually took the Seahawks.
So you went with AI.
Yes. I think the Seahawks are probably going to run directly through them.
This is +105 or +145 or minus?
+1.5, +1.5 on the Seahawks. It's dropped all the way down to 1.5. I'm going to take the Seahawks. Again, if I had a +6 line, I'd still take it. Obviously.
All right, so that's caution. You and AI are agreeing. So
I know. It's quite odd.
All right, so their fourth game, the AI picked. They picked the LA Rams at the LA Chargers. Same thing, but they went into the Rams. I like this pick a lot. Actually, Rams are 2-0. Chargers have kind of had an okay overall preseason. I don't know how heavy Chargers have been.
The line is dropped by a point for the Rams. So no, by a lot actually. The Rams are now +3.5 because the Rams it looks like have announced they are not going to play anyone.
Okay.
In this game, and I do think that includes Stetson Bennett.
Okay.
I do not think, or Ty Simpson. Sorry, Ty Simpson. I think he's not playing in this. Ty Simpson's not going to play in this game. Stetson Bennett may still be playing, but Ty Simpson not playing. Chargers, I am actually not in this one at all because I just am staying away from both of these teams.
Nice. I am not touching either one as well. And then the last pick that the AI has made is the San Francisco 49ers. They picked them at the Las Vegas Raiders, so actually got another away team. So the AI went heavy on the away teams. They only had one home team.
That does not make me too happy. So the 49ers are now 1.5-point favorites because the Raiders have announced they're going to start Mendoza probably again. And no offense to Mendoza, he did not look great.
Nope.
So if this was Aiden O'Connell playing the whole game, I could see it being
flipped. Might look a little better. Yeah.
But the Raiders have bumped up in minus because they're going to be -3.5. They've got Mendoza playing. It should be better. And the 49ers don't have anybody playing because they're still afraid everyone's going to get hurt.
No, I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm interested to see Mendoza play. I think that'll be good. I'm glad he's starting, even though Aiden O'Connell's been playing better. I just wanted to kind of see Mendoza play. So I'm fine with that. But I did not touch it. All right, so you've shared 2 picks. I've shared 1. Do you want me to go down mine and you just
go down yours because I actually have a couple within yours. So
all right. So my first one, I had the Cowboys Saints ready whenever that one. I have the Bills at home -3 points versus the Steelers. I'm gonna slam the Bills. The Bills have been them and the Cowboys have been probably the 2 most impressive teams so far in the preseason in terms of what they've looked like. And the Steelers just came off of a 0-17 loss to the Jets. So, and I don't really believe in any of their quarterback room that's playing. I know Rodgers isn't going to play, but I don't believe in Allard. I don't believe in Howard. Actually, I like Rudolph, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rudolph plays. So I'm taking Bills. Don't mind. And they're home. So Bills -3 at home. I'm
going to take the Steelers because I know for a fact the Bills are not going to play anyone.
All right. I mean, that's definitely true. They're definitely not going to play anyone.
I wouldn't. It's too close. The Steelers kind of have to. They've got too many things up in the air. Because they got to figure out who they're cutting. They got to figure out who they're cutting.
Right here.
The Steelers got to figure out who they're cutting this week. So I'm taking Steelers on this one.
All right, that's a good one to watch.
Steelers +3.
We will highlight that one next week.
Yeah, me and you will talk about that one's on Thursday, so I'll feel good about that one.
Oh, perfect. All right, cool.
Let's move on to your next one.
Next one is Patriots +3 at the Browns. I'm just taking the Patriots because the Browns have been a mess. We already talked about it a little bit, and I'm just taking the Patriots. That's really all. That's all the thought that was
staying away from it because I can't watch another Browns preseason football game. It's hard to watch. It's actually probably arguably one of the worst things I've ever watched. Borderline.
All right.
Yeah, it's bad. Like a really bad low budget horror film, except it doesn't seem to end.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't think I'll be tuning in. I might have some of the highlights on that one. But next one is the Atlanta Falcons -4.5.
Did you just say highlights for a Browns preseason game? There's gonna be a lot of lowlights.
Yeah,
maybe highlights. The Patriots.
I mean, they only on the ticker when they run through it, they only show. I mean, I guess it could be. Yeah, it might be bad plays for the Browns. That'd be good for my pick, though. So
yeah.
Next one is Atlanta Falcons -4.5 at Miami. So I actually took Atlanta to cover on the road, which is probably not the way you're supposed to do things, but it's a preseason, and Atlanta did come out and say,
if Jack Strand's playing, I'd take Atlanta. That guy's a menace.
I'm taking Atlanta. Atlanta said they're playing their starters in the first half. So yes. I want to see Tua throw one more touchdown to a Dolphin, but I still think the Falcons will cover.
I am staying away from this game, but I will tell you Miami is quite bad without their starters. And they are too hurt and riddled. They are too riddled and hurt to play without them, and there is no way they put their quarterback on that field.
Yeah. And then my last pick, I was struggling to find what pick I'd like to be my 5th pick. I couldn't really find one that was like standing out to me. So I just went reliable, just went to the Ravens game. We've looked good the last 2 games. It's 2.5. It's an away game, but it's like in DC. And we normally just win preseason games. So I just took the Ravens -2.5. They also, Commanders just lost to the Lions. They didn't look impressive to me, so we'll see.
So I have the Ravens as well, and that's mainly because this is a Ravens podcast, and I will always pick the Ravens because I'm biased. So
I
yes,
don't
I
think
have
I'll
the
always be picking
Ravens.
the Ravens. I don't, especially
I
in the
do.
regular season. I don't think I'll always be picking the Ravens.
So now we're on to me with my fifth game. And I've got kind of a fun game as my fifth game. And I'm picking it for some fun reasons, maybe a little bit of some anger and animosity towards them. But I'm taking the Jets +3 versus the Giants.
The Jets +3 against the Giants.
Yeah. And sprinkle on them to win. I don't know why, but I just think the Giants are going to forget how to play football this week.
All right.
I don't believe they're going to play any of their starters. They can't put Jackson Dart too much at risk. They're going to play him probably first quarter. I will see the Jets playing most of the game, and Geno Smith looked absolutely incredible in the last game.
Okay.
So, and Geno's going to have to play because he's still trying to earn his spot. So I'm going to stick and roll with the Jets.
All right. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you have against AI, with AI, against AI, with me. Oh, no. Against me on one of them, not AI. So, yeah, you have a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah. I'm all over the place. Just kind of throw a dart at the board and just see what sticks.
Yeah, you have against AI, with AI, against me, with me, and then the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
All right.
And then other thing I want to remind everybody I'm not sure when this podcast is going to go out, but this Friday we've got an event going on at Fitzy and Frederick, which is they have a lovely, massive TV screen, like probably the largest I've ever seen, wraparound TV screen, video wall. And we're going to be hosting with some drinks and everything included. And we're going to show the Ravens game. I believe there's tickets and signups have been sent out to everybody in our list and should be available other places. So
on LinkedIn, again, our website. Yeah.
Feel free to reach out if you want some. I'm sure Ethan can hook you up. But we got tickets for that, and that'll be a pretty good time. I will not be there as I do live in North Carolina, but Ethan will be, and it'll be a good time.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Well, that wraps us for tackling IT episode 2, and we'll be back next week.
All right. See you, everybody.